Gabe joining us here on the show. Hey, Gabe, how's it going, man?
What's happening, Gabe?
Good, man. How you guys doing?
Gabe, yeah, I'm all right, man. You don't think that playing with a sore throat's the same as like a sore hamstring or something like that? That doesn't fly with you?
I mean, it's definitely not easy, but there's definitely levels of difficulty there.
What is the toughest injury you played through? Because the Bama talked about that. You came in the league like having to play through pain.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a splinter in the finger. It can be a real nuisance.
That is true.
Oh, so you guys are just samesies, right? Like holy smokes! I once split my lip from the top all the way to my chin, and got some Rambo stitches and went back the next series.
No, that's different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when we sit here having a conversation, he says, I'm playing hurt because my throat's sore and I got to drink tea.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. Oh, there it is. Excuse me.
I had something similar. They just super glued me back up, though.
Oh, man. Really?
Yeah, like they give you
done stitches and they said, no, we're just going to super glue it.
Right, because you know what? They give you the temporary stuff. And then when the game's over, they take you to the hospital and then they get it right. That's what happened to me. And I'm like, okay, but in the meantime, I got these Rambo stitches in my lip and everybody's staring at me.
And you looking crazy.
Yeah. And then you got to put the mouthpiece. You have the little cute mouthpiece that they make for you and it's molded for your teeth. And then when you bust your lip, they give you the big one that cover almost your whole face. You know,
the big one that make you look even more crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Gabe, tremendous game in Game 5. That pass, man. Take us through that. The setting up Jimmy Butler. You got Giannis on you. What's going through your mind as that's all going underway, and when it all executed, what's the reaction that you're having in your head?
Yeah, for me, it was just getting it over Giannis was the only difficulty. At that point, I just knew it was the ball in the air and leaving it up to Jimmy, and I had complete faith in that. So just trying to create a little space on that sideline to get it over Giannis. And
I did see you scooting back a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I told the fans, y'all need to step aside a little bit.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of room here.
Right. Now, to me, it always seems like a guy who shoots well can pull that off. You can't just put anybody in there to make that pass. But a guy who shoots the ball well, he basically can make that play normally, right? Because it just basically looked like a pretty shot, just a little bit off.
Yeah, it's kind of just leading him a little bit kind of into the breadbasket. But I don't know. It's something I definitely needed reps on, working on a little bit throughout practice throughout the year. But now something I'm real comfortable with.
Obviously, you have a lot of stuff. You guys have big goals, Gabe, and you guys are confident. But like, it was an up and down season. What was your confidence level going into this series? It's a team you're familiar with. You've had playoff matchups against before. But obviously, everybody is left stunned because you guys were up and down and you guys just gentlemen swept the 1 seed. So, like, what was the confidence level of the team before the series even started?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the playoffs are very different than the regular season. And the Bucks were a great team in the regular season. So I think we like our chances in a 7-game series against anybody. So we kind of went in there and just tried to be aggressive and set the tone. And, we got Game 1 and things kind of just got rolling from there.
Is winning the first game give you a whole lot of confidence in the fact that you never had to play catch up in the series? So
I mean, it was huge, I think.
Right.
I mean, anytime you can split on the road, I think is that's a win in and of itself. We dropped Game 2, but we split on the road and we were able to take care of business at home, and we put ourselves up 3-1.
Did you you mentioned how it's different from the regular season because last year, man, you burst onto the scene right out of the gate in that first round series and, shutting down Trae Young. Like, do you feel a different mentality? Like, is it something from you love the moments? We obviously saw you have the Big Onions 3 that got you guys within the grass too. You certainly aren't shy in these moments, but like, do you feel anything that switches with the stakes raised?
I think everyone's just intensity and effort level just raises naturally. With the competition, you can't help but just play harder. And everyone just raises their game to another level.
Talking to Gabe Vincent, joining us here on the show. Now, Gabe, we need a breakdown of something, man. What happened with that Bobby Portis UD kerfuffle? Like, what set it off, and what was UD saying to Bobby Portis in that moment?
I don't know.
I mean, I didn't hear exactly what OG had to say. I just knew that there was a play that was pretty physical beforehand. I think Duncan had caught an elbow from Bobby, and I think that was something that just UD didn't like. Bobby had been aggressive throughout the series. He was an aggressive player anyways, and I think he just felt like he needed to be checked.
Next time that happens, tell UD to say, I scored more points for your team than you did, you bum. Because UD gave up what?
They're both pretty good talkers. I'm sure they have a good fair exchange of words.
UD gave up one technical foul shot, and Bobby Portis didn't score.
It was.
You got a point there.
It is. Listen, he was better for the Bucks plus minus than Bobby was. Gabe.
Man.
Gabe, that whole performance from Jimmy in Game 4, where he is playing it up to the crowd. Just like, what are the emotions going through you guys when you are seeing something like this, a run like that? He's firing up the crowd. He's getting everybody going. Take us there, man. What was that like?
I mean, it was incredible. I mean, obviously, he put on a performance for the ages. That night, Jimmy was the best player in the world that night. So it was we just rallied behind him, and he just took us home. He's been incredible all season. He's been incredible this whole series. So, he's our leader. He's been paving the way, and everyone loves the playoff Jimmy.
True.
Everybody. So, I mean, what is it like? So you go from playing, you play Milwaukee, and Milwaukee's the #1 seed, and they got Giannis, and they got a whole bunch of players. But it's a whole different thing going and playing in the Mecca, right? And playing these Knicks fans who are feeling froggy because they won a playoff series for the first time since 2010. And this is just Tuesday for the Heat. How do you approach this knowing that you've been there before and they're still trying to get the consistency that you guys have had over the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just, there's a rivalry there, and our games against them are always pretty physical. So it'll be a good series, and, we're looking forward to it. Obviously, first game back on the road again, so, just try to go take care of business, and I'm sure it'll be quite the setting being in the Garden for a day game on a Sunday.
Is there already? Oh, excuse me. Whoa! I apologize. Like I said, I'm playing hurt. I am, Leroy. Don't look at me like that. Is there any speech, Gabe, from Pat, from Zoe? Obviously, the blood is a lot. The blood feud runs deeper with those guys when they were fighting in fisticuffs during the series. Is it do you guys get anything from that, or is it something that's already unspoken in the Heat franchise? You guys know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something you kind of just inherit once you put on that jersey. That rivalry between them and also Boston as well. So. We kind of have our own feuds with certain teams, so we're looking forward to it.
I was curious about this, Gabe, because you're very close with Bam, and was also facing some adversity. He's playing through an injury in that series. What was he like in the in-betweens of dealing with the struggle shooting and then bouncing back the way that he has in some of these second halves? Like, you see him and what he's going through and having to adjust through the challenge of Brook Lopez and Giannis and all that stuff, and then the way that he comes through for you guys in that fourth quarter. And what were you seeing with Bam during the series?
Yeah, I mean, obviously this time of the year, no one's fully right, and battling something. But he stayed the course, and he did so many good things for us, despite some early struggles or some shots that could have fallen that didn't. He even ended with a triple-double, which was crazy to me. When I heard he had a triple-double, I said, geez, I knew he was impacting the game and doing it in different ways, but to have a quiet triple-double at that next to Jimmy's 40, it was just huge.
Right. Now, I have a question because we watch, certain guys on the team all throughout the course of the year struggle shooting the ball, right? And then all of a sudden, everybody got hot. And I'm just curious, what do you go through when you're trying to get back? Because some guys say you just got to keep shooting and shoot your way out. But on this team, sometimes your opportunities don't come the very next game. So how do you deal with that? Just keep working at it in practice? Or what do you do to get through this so that, when your number's called again, you just go in and keep shooting?
Right. Well, I mean, you might shoot. I mean, you shoot a whole bunch of shots. You might shoot, close to 10,000 shots in a week, and how many shots you're really going to get in the game.
Right.
So just because you miss 4 or 5 shots in the game, you can't lose faith in all this work you're putting in. So I think just the the workouts and the training that you do on the side really give you that confidence to keep going, despite, what a couple bad bounces might do to you.
You like that the amount of shots that you got up in the last game, and obviously with Tyler going down, you're going to take more shots. Is that aggression is that brought to you even more? Like, what is the coaching staff trying to impress upon you, or do you just know that already? Like, hey, the shots are going up, and I'm going to have confidence in it even more so with where we are in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's just about getting the good shots and the right shots. And some nights it might be me shooting more, and some nights based on the coverages, it might be me creating more for others. So whatever's needed to help my team have a chance at winning.
Have you ever played on a team where everybody yells at people who don't shoot? I don't care who it is.
For sure.
It's the craziest thing. That's all I hear is everybody shoot it. Shoot.
Yeah, you got to. Shoot it with confidence.
Gabe, we appreciate you giving us some time, man. Thank you so much. Congrats on a great series. I know the job's not done, but that was a lot of thrills in this last one. So we appreciate you giving us some time this week.
Good luck Sunday.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on, man. Y'all have a good one.
All righty.